Hey, how you doing? My name is Nate. For those who know me and those who don't, I ask that the Lord blesses my tongue as I tell you guys this, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This is May 2nd, 2018. It says me and the Lord, and this is what the Lord showed me. All dreams of this one person that I kept getting off and on are not of or from the Father. They are of the devil, and they are of the devil and are wicked. I need to use discernment when seeing him. My Father warns of wickedness when seeing him. Discern truth from lies. Watch when seeing him, the devil has sent it to me. And when I see him, the devil is near. And the Lord wants me to be careful. Now, the reason why the Lord told me this is somebody I really love and really care about, somebody who's passed over. They wasn't perfect in this life. They didn't do what they were supposed to do here. So they passed away. They started trying to get themselves together, and then they reverted back to what and who they were. So they end up passing away. Now, I don't know if I told you guys the way it works here, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, so that way you can already be prepared. You can start paying attention to what is and what is not, okay? God sits God sits certain people down for a reason. Whether you're going to jail, you're going to prison, or whatever the case is. God sits people down for a reason because they choose not to listen, okay? God sits you down because it's almost like a timeout. Okay, after God sits you down so many times and you continue to do what you're doing, you can it's going to go one way or the other. You're going to go through trials and tribulation because there's a consequence for everything that you do. I want you guys to remember that. And God sits you down quite a bit. Now, at that point in your life where you start to change, and most people do, and they change for the better. Some people change for the worse. Okay. Now, at that point in your life when you start to change for the better, and you start to do everything that you're supposed to do, and you do right by God. Okay. Once you revert back to who you were, and you become who you were, you are in danger. I just want you to know that of losing your life. God blessed you to change because he knew you can do it, and he helped you through it, okay? Now, when you revert back to who you were after you've already changed and promised your life to the Lord and start doing the things that you were supposed to do, even if you haven't promised your life to the Lord, you start doing what you were supposed to do in God's eyes. And you tried so hard. Okay, now when you revert and you start doing the things that you used to do, it's only going to happen two ways. And I'm sorry, but this is how it works. You either get set down for a long period of time where God is saying, you know what, I need to sit you down because you're going to end up hurting yourself or someone else. Or you've done hurt yourself and someone else, or you're about to hurt yourself or someone else, or you're about to do something that's going to cause serious problems, or you're going to put yourself in a situation that could be very, very bad. Okay? God sits you down, and he sits you down for a long time at that point. Or, and remember I said or the way it works out is you die. Here, in this world, you die. Okay. So this person died because he was who he was before. God set him down, sent him to prison. Okay. He got out of prison and he was slowly going back to who he was. And he did that for a couple of years. He started changing to better himself and be a better person. And he did that for a while too, and he became a better person. Now, when things didn't work out for him, he reverted back to who he was and put him in a real bad situation. He was killed. Okay. And I want you guys to remember, like it says in the Bible, he who sheds blood, so shall his blood be shed. It works that way. Okay. Now, once he passed, maybe a week later, or maybe a little before that, I started seeing him. So I'm not sure why. I went and talked to somebody and they told me that I need to write what I see. They knew what I didn't know about me. They knew that I was a prophet and I had a great gift. The lady actually thought I was a medium or something close to it, a medium or a psychic. our psychic is what she told me or whatever. But she started telling me that people from the other side were telling me I need to write what I see, and to me it was just like, yeah, whatever, you know. But and she was telling me I need to learn how to channel the gifts that I have, and which was odd because people had always told me that throughout the years. Oh, you have a great gift. You know, my mom would tell me it was a curse because she had the gift that I have, and my sisters have certain gifts as me as well. I have one sister that sees the dead. You know, she sees the dead. I had another sister that could tell you what was finna happen before it even happened. While she was just sitting up there, she used to sit there and play. My mom said she used to sit there and play, and she said it was weird because she was like, "Oh, grandma's here," and mom would look out the window, and she was like, "No, she's not." And she was like, "Yes, she is. Grandma's here." And my mom would be like, "No one's here." And my mom said she would go and sit down or go and do whatever she was doing, and maybe a couple of minutes later, you know, her mother was there. Or she would say somebody's calling and the phone wouldn't even be ringing. In a couple of seconds or minutes later, someone would call. She'll say so and so was calling, and my mom would answer the phone. Now my mom considers it a curse because she seen her dad's death before it happened, and she would see things before it happened, and the things that she saw were all, I guess the way she described it, are they were not happy things. They were bad things that happened to people, and when it came to pass, it would scare her. So she prayed to the Lord to take that gift from her. She said because she would have a hard time dealing with life or whatever, she couldn't handle it. She couldn't deal with it. So the Lord took that from her. But she believed that the Lord took that from her because a couple of years later, well, later on in her life, you know, God started right back talking to her. And he would talk to her and she would jump up, and she wouldn't even remember the things that she said. You know, she told her boyfriend, God said, look this up and go find this right here in the Bible and you'll find it here, whatever. And she didn't even remember saying it. My mom is a different type of person. Okay. Now, when I see this person, after this person passed, it was eating me alive. And I mean, it was really eating me alive because this person was my best friend as well. Loved him a lot. He was my best friend. Now, they were saying many different ways that he died and why he died and how he died and why they felt that he died. It was a setup. His friends set him up. Truth be told, people he knew set him up to die. He knew he was going to die because I told him. I seen it while he was still in prison. Years and years before, I seen myself standing in front of his mother's house. And he was gone. I seen all the people around gathering. After he died, years or years later, I was at that place. His mother called. She wanted to see my son. And I was there. And I seen everything right there, everything that I had seen. You know, but he started coming to me after he died, and he was trying to explain to me that what the people were telling me was a lie. And he was happy. Oh, he was happy, the same old pain in the butt he was. So when he would come to me, it was him. And he was telling me don't believe what the people are saying because that's not how it happened. And then he was him. And he was showing me a lady, he was showing me a baby, and I couldn't understand where this baby was coming in at. Come to find out, he was protecting my niece's baby. My niece ended up having a baby right after that. So he was protecting my niece's baby. She named the baby something else, but I call her Serenity or Sin City when she bad. But it went from there to from him just coming to check on me and to make sure I was okay and letting me know that he's still there and he's still watching over me and he's still around, to it changed up one day. And one day it was evil things that I was seeing, bad, wicked, sinful, evil, and I mean really evil, bad things. And it seemed like I was interacting with that, and I'm not sure why. And one day the Lord showed me something, and when I seen him, he was bad. He was real bad. But when I seen him, he looked like him, but he wasn't him. Now this guy, the him that I knew him to be, thick, strong, straight muscles all over. When I seen him, he was a tall version of him, a tall, slim version of him that looks just like him. So I started seeing this one coming. The good one, the good him, is the one the Lord let him come through to let me know that he's okay and everything's fine. When things got too tough for me and I talked to the Lord about him and tell him how much I missed him, and, you know, I just want to know if he's okay. the Lord would let him come through and talk to me. Okay. Now, the bad one that started coming, I ended up speaking to his mother one day, and I was talking to her about what I saw, and she was like, "Girl, that's crazy because so and so is with a guy who looks exactly like him." And this is his mother. She said, identical to him to the T. Looks like him. She said, only thing different is he's slim and he's tall, very tall. And I said, well, this guy's bad. He's real bad. And she started telling me, she said, he's bad. She said, he is 100 times worse than what her son was. And that's what the mother said. Now, I think about it, she didn't know how bad her son was. She wanted to believe that he was something else. I knew his good, his bad, his ugly. And I loved him regardless because that's what he needed the most. Okay? Now, she said this guy was 10 times worse. What I saw is this guy was pure evil. So I started noticing when he came around, it was related to the guy that his mom told me about. And I started telling her, this is what I saw. And this is that. And she was telling me, you know what? That's crazy because this is what so-and-so is going through right now with him. So I realized, okay, the devil's sending him. They can't touch me. So they got to touch somebody that has had contact with me or someone who's known me or has been a part of my life in some type of way. So after that, the Lord started showing me that, hey, I was coming around. The bad guy, the bad him was always there, but the good him, God showed me him doing what he was supposed to do. Okay. So the guy said, when I see him, it's not of the Lord, it's of the devil. And when I see him, the devil's not far behind. This guy is ugly. So I want you guys to understand that the devil does manifest in people. Demons do manifest in people. They do interact with people. People are really the devil's playmates. So this is why I told you guys this, and I want you to understand how it really works. If you notice that you see some people go to prison, they get out of prison. Once they start changing and they become better, some people just change for maybe a week or two. When they change for prolonged periods of time, for a long, long time, and they revert back to who they were, two things follow: death or imprisonment. Okay, I want you guys to understand that. I've noticed that follows. Now, you don't have to take my word, and that's fine. This is what I see. This is my opinion. But if you look closely and you pay attention to the things that you see, notice when someone changes for the best, and they change in a godly way, and they revert back to who they were, things follow. And it's not always good. Trouble follows. And for some people, death isn't always a bad thing. But I'm going to end this one because I wasn't expecting this. Since that was so short, I wasn't expecting it to be so long. It said 13 minutes. So I want to end this one and start with the next. Love you guys.